Okay, imagine this. You're driving down a regular street in Brisbane, minding your own business, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a car literally jumps into the air and slams into a bus like something out of a blockbuster action scene. No, I'm not describing a movie set. This actually happened. And the craziest part? The car didn't just bounce off. It got stuck in the side of the bus. Like a cartoon gag, but with real people, real damage, and a whole lot of disbelief. So, what went wrong here? Let's break it down. First off, the visuals alone are insane. A Toyota Yaris, this tiny, humble little sedan, launching itself into the air like it's in a demolition derby. That's not how cars are supposed to behave on a Wednesday evening commute. But here's the thing, physics doesn't care about your expectations. When that driver swerved around the SsangYong that was merging carelessly, they didn't just lose control, they turned their car into a projectile. And the result? A 45-year-old woman ended up in the hospital, a bus with a gaping hole in its side, and a moment so surreal that the witness could only scream, "A car in the bus," over and over. Now, let's talk about the SsangYong driver for a second. He got a $690 fine, and 3 demerit points. That's it. To me, this feels like blaming the straw that broke the camel's back while ignoring the mountain of hay on its back. Sure, he merged poorly, but the real story here is about how one split-second decision spiraled into a scene that looks like it was ripped from the Blues Brothers. And honestly, isn't that the bigger issue? We're so focused on assigning blame to the obvious culprit that we ignore the deeper problem. Human error is inevitable. We're all one distracted thought, one impatient swerve away from chaos. This isn't just about bad drivers. It's about how fragile our entire system of road safety is when built on fallible humans. What fascinates me most is how this crash became a viral moment. People aren't sharing it because they care about traffic laws, they're sharing it because it's unreal. It's the same reason we rewatch car chase scenes in movies. There's something almost hypnotic about watching physics defy our sense of normalcy. But here's the twist, this wasn't staged. No stunt drivers. No CGI. Just raw, unfiltered reality. And that's what makes it terrifying. Because if a car can become airborne on a random Tuesday, what else are we not prepared for? Let's zoom out even further. This crash happened on a bus with no passengers. A council bus, empty, just rolling through an intersection. How lucky is that? If there had been kids on their way to school, or elderly folks heading to work, this story would have ended in tragedy. So while the lack of injuries feels like a get-out-of-jail-free card, it's actually a warning shot. Luck isn't a safety system. And as cities get more crowded, as distracted driving collides with aging infrastructure, how many more near misses like this will we chalk up to just bad luck before we start demanding real change? I'll leave you with this. The driver in the Yaris is getting treated for shock. That makes sense. Who wouldn't be shaken after their car decided to audition for a Hollywood movie? But here's the question we're not asking. How many of us, in that moment, would have made the same split-second choice? How many of us think we're good enough drivers to avoid becoming the next viral crash video? Spoiler, none of us are. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Not the fines, not the movie comparisons, but the humbling reminder that control is an illusion. Drive safe, folks. Or at least, drive aware.